everybody, CC is on the phone right now on FaceTime.
Hey, CC.
So,
love you.
I think like being CC being here has really been a light to all of us of the amount that she's undertaking and with her ability to deal with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's just,
and yesterday, we just want to say a couple of things is that we want to say how much we appreciate everybody liking, sharing, putting comments on the video for Cece, praying for Cece, appreciating us for doing this at a company. You know, we really didn't even think about it. I didn't think about it whenever I came to Randy and told Emily and everybody that I wanted to do this prayer. It wasn't even a question. It was something that was put on my heart to do, and we did it. And there's several people that said, I can't believe that you're a company that would pray, that would stop production, that would do this for a resident or for anybody, and to pray. And this is stuff that it's normal to us because we do it whenever the cameras aren't rolling. And the only reason, and nobody's brought this up, but I just want to say this, that the only reason that we opted, Randy I didn't even really ask you about it, but to film it, is that we just wanted to get more and more prayers for Cece yesterday.
Sure.
The more the better. I mean, if that's something you believe, and you believe in good energy or a higher power, or you believe in God, Jesus, and whatever you might believe, good vibrations, whatever it is, we wanted the max capacity that we could get for her. And she actually got to come home today. They let her come home. They weren't going to, but they did. They let her come back. So she's at her tiny house. She has to self-isolate because of catching stuff and everything. So she has to be very, very particular about it, what she does, and be very, very careful so she doesn't have to go back to the hospital. But thank you, everyone who has prayed for her. You don't have to know people to pray for them. You don't have to know anybody to want good things for them, and for to put a positive message out there, and to be nice and put a kind word out there. So love and prayers to Cece. Thank you all. Love and prayers to you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out and connecting with her, because it's making a tremendous difference to everybody around here. It's just set a tone for, it's something that we've always done. I've known you for 20-ish years, and I know that even before I met you, you were helping people. Before he met me, I'm helping people. The people around here, Coach Will, and all these different people around here that work here, and residents and stuff, they help people silently. You just do. Be nice. Be kind to people. Do the best that you can for whoever that you can, all the time. There's not a time limit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a beautiful day yesterday. So thank you guys for doing that. Probably going into the next thing, going into business mode.
Yep.
Talking very business. We'd like to bring up the open house last week at the mountain. It went great. I bet there was 40 people-ish. I thought Emily said there was 50, but
I don't know if there's that.
I don't think there was that many, but it was like between 30 and 40 people that came. We toured the mountain. We toured Buffalo Creek. It went great. We did film it, but we didn't put it on. I didn't put it on it's not been edited or anything like that. It might be something that comes out later. But it was really good. You did a really good job of just talking about everything. There was honestly minimal questions, because Randy hit every area and answered so many of the questions that we kind of already knew that was going to be asked. And you talked about the power. Talked about the time, what it's taken to do the mountain, work on the mountain, Buffalo Creek, time limits, houses, just all kinds of piping, and just everything. How the houses being there, and how they're going to get placed, and just all kinds of questions that people ask about their lot. Hey, my lot looks like this. We toured people to their lots. I toured people over in my truck to. I took 3 and 4 at a time over to Buffalo Creek and stuff, and it was a really good day.
Yeah. We got another one tomorrow morning at 9 to noon.
Yeah.
So we've got some RSVPs. I think only about 9 or 10 people are going to show up, which is great.
It's okay.
And so what I do is I personally we'll take you to your lot. And so if you do have a lot in a home that you're gonna be using on the mountain, come every Saturday from 9 to noon for the next few Saturdays, and until everybody has had a chance to come over here. And we wanna be transparent about what the work is going on, what's left to be there. And then I'll take you to your lot. We'll talk about your home. I like to step off your lot, meaning knowing where the house is gonna sit on your lot. And then if you're gonna have a shed or a deck and parking, if you need to flip your house backwards or forwards where the view is gonna be. So it's really informative. I'm glad we're doing this because it sets, when we get ready to set your home, all of it's done. We already know what's going on, where it's gonna be, and you guys are a little bit more assured that it's gonna be done right. I want it done. The last thing we want is people to be disappointed in us and who we are as a company. And it's taken time, but there hasn't been a day that we have not worked over there trying to get ahead and trying to get this all done. And I've explained quite a bit that has happened across the street that's caused such delays. But right now, we're on the last leg. We're at the last 5-10% of getting it done. All the roads are in, the lots are in, almost all the culverts. I think there's 1 or 2 lots to put some culverts in, but all the secondary power's in on half of the mountain. Now we get another half coming in. While the first half is being done, we got guys putting in meter centers, which is your meter, your electric meter.
The actual meter.
And then hooking up all the infrastructure underneath. We can start graveling, and then last thing, of course, we put the homes up. So that's all happening with the next 6 to 8 weeks. Summer's coming to an end, guys. It's last of August. We should have some really good weather up until about end of October, and then our rainy season kicks in a little bit. So,
and I know it's going to rain this weekend. It's supposed to rain 20%
it's not
tomorrow, but 60% Sunday, and then I think it's supposed to rain Monday.
You know what? When it says 60%, I'm always like, we got 40%. Probably not going to rain. I'm always like that. So even if it's 80%, I'm like,
there's 20%. It may not.
I'm too optimistic, but I love to be more optimistic than negative. And it dries out really quick. So we've had a lot of dries. So the water really doesn't shed off too well. It absorbs because we've had such a dry spell. So even though it might rain, it's not going to throw us out of work for long. But anyway, we'll get this done, get the secondary in, get that rolling. So, I'm hoping.
Well, one thing I just want to say before you get on, because I can feel you're going to talking sound bites. Remember that when he said yesterday, talking sound bites. Want to get this across is that everybody's Saturday was wonderful, respectful. It was a good conversation. Everything was a back and forth. It was a really good meeting that day. Really good. So.
No, I met people that there's a lot of people I've never met.
Exactly.
That are coming to the mountain.
There was
and
new
I met
people.
some really great folks. The 2 ladies that drove down from Michigan. If you guys are watching this,
very nice.
Man, you guys are awesome. And it was really awesome to meet somebody who, the information they shared with me and how they feel about the mountain and how they feel about us in the company and everything was really encouraging.
They were very nice. I loved them. There was another couple that we met that he was from South Africa. Super nice couple. They got in the truck with me and we toured around and stuff like that. And they were just so encouraging and they were just so excited. And it was just super nice to meet everybody. I had just so many great people that came.
Well, when I built Brothers Cove, I started that in 1999. And we finished it in 2008. We had 73 home sites. And I remember mentioning it took 8 years nonstop. Yump is our excavator. So Yump was over there about 10 years straight and developed 73 lots. 73 lots in 10 years. We put over across the street 285 lots plus 230 on this side. All that's been done in a little over 3 years. So over 500 lots in less than a little over 3 years, going on 4.
Gosh.
And it took him 10 to do 73. Build roads, lots, everything. The same thing he's doing on the mountain. And we're doing
massive.
3-4 times that, plus all this over here on this side of the street. So,
wow.
You all, I can't, I told everybody, I said, I can't thank you enough for your patience. We've been on this video now we started in Facebook 9 years ago.
Facebook, 9 years ago.
9 years ago. And our doors are open. You're more than welcome to come here and visit. and look at your home, look at the homes being built, look at our materials and our processes. It's an open door policy. I try to show as many videos as I can of how the homes are built, and we've done it in the past a bunch. The reason we don't lately is just because people want tours and we've got so many other things going on, but I love showing the wiring, the plumbing, the framing. You know, our homes are engineered now. We got stamped engineered that they're approved by a third party, not just me or Tom, you know, building them anymore.
And actually you had talked about that they are gonna come next week. They come, what, quarterly?
Yeah,
so
this
next
week, it's coming week.
Next week is due, and what we were wanting to do is if he will allow it, I'm sure he could.
Oh, yeah.
Is that we're gonna show you the process, a little bit of a process of how they do, and have him talk about the certification.
ANSI certification.
Our certification,
And then another certification that we've been able to get in is our modular home certification.
Big deal.
In Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal because it's even a more rigid inspection system on the homes. So that's more of a plumbing, wiring, and structural with an architectural drawing stamp, their little seal on there that said, hey, this home was built and it's also energy compliant. It has to meet these certain codes.
So we were yesterday, we were in Knoxville. We want to talk about that a little bit. There's 5 homes, the first 5 homes in Tennessee that are tiny homes, our tiny homes, incredible tiny homes, that are modular certified, first time ever in the state of Tennessee, and we are the one and only certified modular tiny home builder in Tennessee.
Yeah, we sure are.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. So there's a gentleman out of Nashville called Jim Hightower. He's over modular building in the state. So he just had a vision, and I think it was after he came and visited us and seen these tiny homes and maybe the pricing. But he went back and he legislated with the state to pass, if a tiny home builder, which could be in the backyard or us or anybody, can get these homes designed, engineered, stamped, and go through the process, right? That they're built properly, inspected properly.
Safely.
That a tiny home can be a permanent dwelling. Because modular, the word modular, is an equal sign to a stick-built frame.
Yes.
You know, brick and mortar. Okay, so it's equivalent. So if we build a modular home here inside our factory and we carry it and haul it to a home site and we put it on there, it is already pre-inspected by our third-party engineers, not us, somebody who works for somebody else or the state. They come here and they inspect it, they put their stamp of approval, so then when we come to any town or city in the state of Tennessee, we put it on there. That seal says to the inspectors in that town, it's already been inspected. Yeah. And so it is sealed and done.
It's already done.
It's a big deal. And what happens is that modular home that we build, which can be an 8 by 16, 128 square foot home, that sells for $20,000
on a piece of land,
can be a permanent dwelling, right? So in the city limits, right, of any little towns in Tennessee or any big town, Memphis, we can put a 128 square foot house inside a city limits that is a permanent dwelling. What we do is we build it where the tongue comes off, the axles are removed, the foundation is attached to the metal framing, the metal trailer underneath, because it's part of the foundation. And it's anchored to the ground just like a regular home, and you got water, power, and sewer. Now it is a permanent dwelling. So if somebody has a lot that maybe was given to them, they purchased it. I know lots, you can get lots $5,000 to $20,000 in some cities. You put a $20,000 home on it, you have a home. That's a great starter home.
A great starter home. But the other thing is too, is that number one, that brings affordable, true affordable housing. It's like, well, it's just a tiny home. I mean, how many people can get in there? 1 to 2 people, starter home, you can start right there. And then, of course, there's other things that's going to happen with the add-a-box and things like that. In the larger home that we have, we got the Amanda, which is a 12 by 40. That's 400 square feet right there, you know, or ever what that is, 12 by 40, whatever that is. What is that?
448.
448. So, but you're going to be able. This is the kicker right here.
400 square feet, 12 by 40. Hey, let's multiply that. 12 by 40, Amanda. 12.
10 by 40 would be 400.
4.
You were right.
That's 2 times 4. 8. 4.
You were right.
408.
Yeah. What did you say?
I don't remember. Let's go through the video.
Anyway, the punchline of all of this is, one of the biggest things about that is that you are going to be able to find an institution somewhere, a financial institution that will loan on this, because it is going to be a primary residence on a piece of land.
FHA loans,
It's a big
conventional
deal.
loans,
It's all we've been waiting for in the tiny house industry.
Yeah, and so behind Amanda
Yeah, you go ahead with
is
that.
a list of all that we've got going on in our company, and I thought today would be a great day to finalize our week. We've had a massive week with all of us going on with Knoxville and the Modular and CC, and we've had some other videos come out about our models and the mountain and our open house. What I'd like to do is just do a rundown, because there are so many opportunities. I think people aren't really, there's so much, right? And so it's hard to keep track of. We're not just selling tiny homes. And I wanted to make sure that you all knew that we're selling tiny homes from $20,000 on up to over $160,000, $70,000 homes. We can do from a small home that's built out of door panels, insulated door panels, which is, out of steel cut door panels, our ESPs, that are fastened together for 20 grand, which personally I live in one of $20,000 home, all the way up, right, to a stick-built, Amish-built home. Beautiful Amish-built. Think about it. We have the best quality that you can get. Everybody knows Amish-built, and that's what these are. They're Amish-built homes. So any home that you're looking for, we got it. And now also I opened up a couple weeks ago that we would build a custom home. Now, the only reason I'm doing that, we used to build custom homes forever. That's all we did for the first 7 years of building this. Everything was a custom home. But now we have our model homes. But I want to open up to a custom. Now, we could probably only do maybe 5 or 6 a year, but they're custom. Anything you want. I've got 2 builders that work here now they're good custom builders. And they said, Randy, man, I'd love to do something different. And we have a facility to do that. So if you guys want a custom home, and our Amish are able to do a custom, there's a couple builders up there that can handle a custom home. There's just a lot of information that has to transfer between you and us to make sure that that custom home is spot on. That's why we don't do them anymore, because it takes a lot more time and information to make sure it's correct. Behind me is all of the things that we have going on in the company here. And they've accumulated over the last couple months. And the reason we do this is because we have to keep looking to the future, and it's just a way of presenting different options for different people, all right? So I want to go back and make sure that everybody knows what we're offering, and just go through this list. And if you've been following us, you probably kind of understand, but it's been a lot of mix mash. But let me go over and just start. Tim wanted me to tell you at the very beginning that we have a Woody, right? The Woody line, and it is $59.9. Now that is it's no stain and no polyurethane on the inside. It's all wood. I mean, all wood inside, all wood outside. Now it'd be up to you. It's a DIY to stain the outside and the inside. All right, but it starts at $59.9, and that's 240 square feet. It's probably got more storage inside than any model that we have. All right, Buffalo Creek. Buffalo Creek is a development across the street on the mountain property that we hope will be done in the next 6 to 8 months. There are going to be lots available. We had 200 home sites there. We've had several people that have had to back out due to illness, due to their lives have changed. Hey, can we get our, they put a deposit down on a lot. So if you're interested and you want a home built on Buffalo Creek, I guarantee you we can have your home built and on the lot when those lots become available. So you're looking anywhere between 6 to 10, 12 months. Now you guys know, I know I'm going from 6 to 12. I can't predict the weather and everything. That would be insane for me to do. But we are right now working on Buffalo Creek to get it ready. So if you want a home on Buffalo Creek, give us a call. Those are lots right here in our community. We also have lots on the mountain, okay? We get several lots there. We also have several homes for sale. We've got the Amanda that's already built right now. We have 2 Birminghams already built that you can purchase on a mountain lot. That's 3 big homes, an Amanda and 2 Birminghams that I'll set on We have, like I said, mountain lots, and we've got several. So if you want to come to an open house on a Saturday between 9 and 12, you come here and say, Randy, I'm interested in that Birmingham, one of the Birminghams, or the Amanda, and I want to see what lot you have that I can put these homes on. And I'd be glad to turn it around. We can add a big deck. We can add a screened-in porch. This is an opportunity. Now, I want to tell you that the amenities, or what we're offering for the mountain lots and Buffalo Creek, is a 100-year lease, right? So you're going to be purchasing a lease, and you'll also have a fixed lot rent. Right now it's at $300. It won't change. I cannot ever, or nobody else, if I sell, if I die, or whatever happens, nobody will ever be able to say, hey, I'm going to increase the lot rent. Also, it's transferable, which means as it grows in value, you can sell that extended 100-year lease to someone else, and that fixed $300 lot rent, they're going to get that benefit. Think about this. In 20 years from now, that lot rent has not been increased past $300. That's a value that you're going to have when you sell that lot, right? They're going to say, oh my God, that is a value in itself, because in 20 years from now, the local area, everything is going to be 2-3 times more than it is right now. This is not going to happen here. This is what you're purchasing. You're purchasing a fixed rated rent lot lease for 100 years. Also, we have a development down in Dunlap, Tennessee. We call it Emory Woods. It's a 138 non-functioning golf course. Same thing. We had a 30-year lease, but we're learning this, right? And I'm thinking, why? Just make it 100. I figured 30 was long enough. We'll make it a 100-year lease. It's a fixed lot rent. And we're trying to stimulate the growth, right? So we get you in there and say, man, that's a good deal. We got to get in there. What you're doing is the first 50 people that pay in full, right? You're going to get 2 years free rent. Now, you got to pay in full. It's not something you say, hey, I'll pay in a month from now or 2 months from now. It's right now. You got to pay that money, and we will give you 2 years free. The lot lease is actually transferable also. So it goes up. You're going to be able to transfer it. Now, what we do, you guys know, we've been doing this for years. When you pay in full like that, I take that money and we buy the land. We put in the infrastructure, right? And as people buy these right here, it takes so many homes to be built because we take your money to buy the land, put the infrastructure, and then it takes the other homes. So there's got to be enough homes built, the first 50. That causes us to take the profit from the other ones and build the other ones and build everything out, and we're even Steven. Now, we don't make any money because we're taking all of our profits to pay all the bills, to pay everything done, and then it's leveled off. A developer, we won't make money on the Dunlap Emory Woods for years to come. Okay, it's a future. But what happens is it gives our guys homes to build. It gives us a future asset. Because after we are able to be there 3 or 4 years and we build 300 or 400 homes on this, there's going to be a beautiful community and it's going to be worth value. That's what we're doing. We're building our future with these communities. But in the meantime, we're giving you a great deal. We're giving you 2 years free rent to be partners with us. Also, in the first 50 home sites, all you do is buy the house. You don't purchase the lease. I'm actually giving you a 100-year lease. So I'm just giving it to you. So in other words, to explain that, if you buy a Woody at $59,900, we have a $5,000 add-on to that for delivery and setup and getting it all ready for you, right? So what is that going to be? $64,900? That's all you have. You go down there, your home's set up, you're ready to live in this. Water, power, and sewer, it's all hooked up. If you wanted to sell that because you have a 100-year lease, that lot, I would say minimum is $40,000 lot because it's on a golf course. It's gorgeous. You could turn around and sell it for, let's say, $104,000. So you've sold that 100-year lease because I've given it to you and didn't charge you for it. That's with the first 50 homes, right? After the first 50 homes, we will be adding a purchase price for that 100-year lease. That makes sense? All right. Next one is we have Southern Heights. Southern Heights is a foundational home community, quarter-acre lots, regular homes, what they call brick and mortar, right? They range from $139,000 to $259,000. These are beautiful. I think we got 6, 7 different models to choose from 1 bedroom up to a 3 bedroom. You can add 2-car garage, single car garage. You can add apartments up in the garage, landscaping, bigger driveways. There's a lot you can do. This is a regular foundational home subdivision that we've got probably about a month left, either to purchase the land or not. So we're about halfway there. We've got about 20 people that have said, hey, we're in on this and gave their deposit, and we're hoping that we're gonna give this thrust here with last month to see if we can't make this work.
Well, and Tim, can I add something
Yeah.
to that? Let me just jump in here real quick. On Southern Heights, one of the things that Coach Will and Tim have been talking about is people are calling in and saying, what number are you at? Is it a go and stuff? And I know we had mentioned that before. If we get 35 people, we're going to go forward with it. So they will call in and say, hey, have you hit the number yet? Have you hit the number? And people
And they do that with Dunlap too.
And they do that with Dunlap also. And they're not, and they want in, but they don't go in because we haven't hit the number yet. Well, we're encouraging you. There's really no risk. If you want to be in, go ahead and get in. Help us get that number, okay? That's the only way we're going to get that number. Go ahead, put your money in, go ahead and pay, get on the list. Let's get to the 35, and then we're in. Then we're done. If it doesn't, you get a refund.
Yeah, of course.
There's no risk.
Any of these developments.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, any of these developments, your deposit, if you pay in full for
Yes.
Dunlap right now, and we only get 10 people, and we can't make it, we just refund your money.
Correct.
And same thing with Southern Heights. There's been 20 people give us a deposit. If we don't make that in September, we'll just give their money back.
Correct.
So there's nothing to risk, and you wouldn't be doing that if you didn't trust us and didn't follow us. And I mean, Lord, we've got everybody in the world looking at us, and everybody's, we've got a good trustworthy company. So anyway, that's what we need to do. And so if you're waiting, like Amanda said, hey, I just want to see if it goes and I'll be a part of it. Well, we need you to be a part of it. All right, so we need you guys to be the first ones to say, hey, and for you all being the first ones, there are going to be benefits for sure. All right. Okay. I also wanted to tell you that we have got, like Amanda was saying earlier, we have a modular certification in Tennessee. Now we're also modularly certified in Kentucky, but right now the biggest one in Tennessee is where the state of Tennessee has passed for tiny homes to be modular certified. The one in Kentucky is, we have done it's not for tiny homes, but we became modular certified, all right, through their rigid, their requirements. So what that means is, if you have a lot in the city, county, anywhere in the state, we can build you a home, send you a home, and it can go on a permanent lot in a permanent foundation with everything, and we will help you through that. We'd love to be a part of that anywhere in the state of Tennessee. So if you're a young couple and you want to buy a tiny home, and you have a city lot or a county lot, or maybe your folks have given you some land and you want to partition it off on a county road, and the county says to you, just like Hamlin County over here, it says you cannot build a tiny home in that county. This right here sets that modular certification, says you can, because it's equivalent to a foundational home. It's a big, big deal. It's almost like I'm ringing this bell and there's a blanket over it and it's not getting out, right? But I think it is going to get out. The more and more that we show, and more that we're actually looking for lots that we're going to try to get, and we're going to buy a lot, we're going to put homes on it, we're going to show you how beautiful these lots are and how they can be in the city limits. Go ahead.
Now, jumping in. So I just want to ask you this, because I've talked to you just about this just for a little bit. So we are modular certified in the state of Tennessee. How is it for going to other states? Are we going to be able to get modular certified in other states?
You can, and there are different requirements in different states.
In different states.
Every state has their own requirements. So we have license in Kentucky.
Because we have land, and the reason I'm asking, and we've talked about it before, we have land in Paducah and we have land in Nevada. So that's something, it's an interest because we own property there.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to bring up there.
Yep, you're fine. And I'm going to work our way down to Nevada.
Yep.
So remember the modular certification at home. So the young couple, you guys want, mom and dad gives you a lot on a county road and you don't want to build a house right now, you could actually put a tiny home on the back of the lot, live in it while you're building your new home. And that gives you a place to live. Like I did that. Now I did it pretty crude. Back, Lord, it was a long time ago. But back in
How long, Randy?
Yeah, really. 1989,
Yeah.
88, 89.
Yeah.
I built my own little tiny house. I didn't even think of it then, but it was crude. And I've said this on a video before, but I think it was 14 by 14 shed roof. And I built it out of burnt lumber. That was he said he was selling burnt
You told
lumber.
me that.
And it had nails and it was charred. Anyway, and I didn't have a truck, so I bought a trailer from Sam's Wholesale and I put it together, and it was a 4 foot by 8 foot trailer, hooked it to a Chevette, all right? And
Think of that, a Chevette.
And went and got lumber and built this 14 by 14 shed, right? Anyway, that was my first tiny house, and I was able to live in it while I was building a home, and I was able to save so much money because I didn't pay rent. I just lived in it. It got a little cold in there, and I had to finally, we had a waterbed. Remember the waterbed?
So I just want to say something I want to jump in here again.
Yeah.
So whenever you got married, when you guys got married, you were allowed back in the day to build just a shed, and you all lived in a shed while you're building your home.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that now.
Well,
Or how did that happen?
they may not have let us do that when we were there, but we were so far back in the woods.
Nobody.
I remember building this shed, and I had to get block players, right?
Yeah.
And Clifford was my block player.
Yes.
And Clifford shows up, but I didn't know who Clifford was. The first time I ever met him.
Yeah, I remember Clifford.
And somebody said, you got to call Clifford, he'll come lay your block for your house. And that's the only part that I didn't do was lay my block.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one morning, about 5:30 in the morning, here come, like a dozen trucks coming up that dirt road. And they come down my driveway. And they pull in, and there's trucks, they're rough old
And
crowd.
you're in Nowhereville.
A rough crowd gets out of them trucks, man. I'm like, man, here I'm a school teacher, right? I hadn't been around
Construction workers.
and East Tennessee guys and all this stuff. I don't know who they are. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I'm living back in the woods. They're going to come back tonight. I'm going to have to be awake. I'm going to
steal all your stuff.
So anyway, Clifford gets out of the truck. I come walking out of the house in my underwear and my t-shirt.
Yeah.
I come walking up to him. He looks at me like that. And he looks at me and goes, man, you're crazy. And I said, you Clifford, you really lay block? And he goes, yeah. He said, man, you living in that shack back there? And I said, yes, sir, I sure am.
Mm-hmm.
He said, wow. He said, man, you're crazy living back here. He said, I don't know about you like that. And you know what?
You didn't know about them, they didn't know about you.
He was more scared of me than I was of him. It was so funny. We ended up being super buddies, right? He laid block for me there and laid block all through Brothers Cove for the next 20 years.
I remember Clifford laying block, and he'd smoke, watch the guys work, because it was at that point.
He smoked like this.
Yeah, exactly.
And his fingers were yellow.
Isn't that something?
It was awesome. But anyway, I kept that introduction to Clifford, and I was living in that shack, and that shack saved me money. So instead of you building a shack out of charred lumber, you can actually just buy one of our tiny homes for $20,000.
Yeah.
It has more in it than what mine did, because I remember waking up.
Oh yeah.
We were in there about 6 months. I remember waking up, and Paula was in there taking a spoon, cracking the ice in the toilet.
And think about that, back in the 80s and early 90s and stuff, for nobody to come back there, no inspections, no anything like that, you guys lived in there, that was just a rare thing back in the day that people used to do. It's not like that now, so things have to be certified, things have to be inspected, you have to do it right. That's why our homes, we go to we're not in the backyard anymore, we are certified, we have certain inspections.
Electrically inspected.
You have to have it right. It has to be safe. So it's a different time. That's a great story and stuff, but it wouldn't fly these days. But I just wanted to bring that up, that, it's a different time and everything. And to get a $20,000 house that has all the right things, all the right inspections and stuff, to start out as a husband and wife or a young couple like that, that's a big deal.
And what's good with our tiny homes, if you all spend 20 grand or 20 or 30 on a tiny home, and then you build a permanent home in the front of it or whatever on the same property, now you've got that home as a guest house, Airbnb. It is an asset, and also because especially and that price will be our paneled homes. You can just sell it.
Correct.
And because the price is so low, you're not going to find a tiny home anywhere in the country at that price. So you can get your money back. So you're gonna live in it for a year or 2 or 5 or however many years you live in it while you're building your own home or having it built, and just turn and sell it. So really it's a win that you're actually gonna make money because you're not paying rent, all right? So that's the modular home certification. We have homes, like I said earlier, from $20,000 to $159,900, plus add-ons. We got solar, we got off-grid. We've got so many, I think we're up to about 37 different add-ons that you can put on our homes. Even our Amish built homes, you can put on full off-grid, full solar, and these solars can go from, hey, the lights go out for a few hours, we're gonna run my mini split or my lights, or if I want to put a wood stove in it, you can run your lights for days because they're LED lights on solar. And you charge your phone, you can watch some TV, keep the refrigerator going. Now, if you wanted to go fully off-grid, I mean like boom the Mac Daddy, and you want to live completely with no electricity, we can do that too, all right? Then the last one is coming soon, 2025. We have some future plans. We got some land that we had mentioned months before, Paducah, Kentucky. And I know people say, where in the world is Paducah, Kentucky, right? What am I gonna do in Paducah? No, well, we're gonna show you in 2025 what you can do in Paducah, Kentucky,
Right.
why you would go there. And we're hoping that we're gonna hit a local market there. And what I wanna do in 2025, and this is just a sneak preview, is our Incredibox and Attaboxes. And we're gonna have tiny homes that are gonna be 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4-bedroom homes that people want. And they're gonna range from $20,000, $35,000, and $50,000. Can you imagine getting a 3-bedroom tiny home for $50,000? So that's
Well, that's unheard of.
it's unheard of.
It's unheard of.
Yeah, so that's my goal for 2025. I'm excited about the Incredibox and the Attabox and what we're gonna do in that and this assembly line. We're gonna get this out of here and get ready for 2025. So this is what Incredible Tiny Homes has going on. And believe it or not, there's a couple other things, but that's even in the future, even more than what we got.
Yeah, and one other thing, and I had to jump back in here and stuff, but the one other thing is that we actually have a small inventory right now. So I wanted you to touch on that. Real quick. Just a small inventory.
Yeah.
And this is fun because these sell quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got about 11 homes, all right?
Yeah.
That we have out here. I've built homes, on the line. We have built homes here, and some of them are old. They've been here a year or two. That we built because some of the guys needed a home. There's been people in need that needed a home. Mandy had some people that needed homes, and we built them on the line and got them out. Or we built them on the side. We built them on the weekends, and we have them here. And I'm going to start showing you some of these homes that are for sale. They're going to be some great offers.
Yeah.
All right. So they're going to be homes that are going to be maybe from 15 to 18,000 on up to more, and we got about 11. I'm going to feature one every single day next week, so stay tuned. On Monday I'll start showing you maybe 1 or 2 homes at a time. Probably need to get 2 or 3 on a day and show you what we have. I like doing that. I've always been this way, even when I started building homes, like swinging a hammer, right? I went from teaching school, not knowing how to build a house. I built my own home, and I ended up learning and got my license and started building homes on my own and built custom homes and spec homes, speculative. But I physically built the homes, swung the hammer, cut the boards, believe it or not, that's what I did. And I always, when I priced a home for sale, we called it a speculative build home. So I would dream up this house, I would design it myself, I would build the house in a subdivision somewhere, and then I would put a price on it. My price was always something that I did not want that house to sit there. I wanted it sold the last nail that was drove. And I have never had a house ever sit there and not sell. They've sold before I was done. And I've always done that. So that's why when I price these homes, I price them not way up here and I'm gonna wait for months and months and months and months. I like get them gone, let's go, and let's get to the next thing. So if you're looking for a deal on a home, stay tuned next week. We're gonna have you probably about 9 to 11 different homes that we're gonna feature that you might want, all right? So I'm gonna finish this video. I think this sums up everything that we have going on. And please, go back and watch this and look at this. We do have mountain lots. We have some Buffalo Creek lots. When you have 285 homes and 285 people that have been waiting a couple years to get in their place, things change. Life changes. There's been people that said, hey, I love it, but I can't be there. There's some people say, hey, I'm tired of waiting. I got to get out of here. I don't want the lot anymore. That's happened too. And if you've had a lot, now, hey, let me put a word out there. If you have a home that's going to go on some of these lots, we don't reimburse you for your home. Now, we will try to sell your home for you, but we won't reimburse you for your home. We just can't do that. But we will take your lot back, right, and try to help you in that manner. But also, so just remember, we got Buffalo Creek lots, mountain lots, the Dunlap, Emory Woods is going to be the next, if this goes through, is going to be the next tiny home mecca. It is going to be beautiful. And you know what? I'll mention this. Amanda and Will were talking today, and people were saying, Will said, hey, Randy, people are not really looking towards Emory Woods because it's not Cobb County, Tennessee. It's not where you and Amanda live. It's not where you guys are, where all the videos are coming from, and people can't feel that sense of community. This will have that feel. This will have the same guidelines and the same spirit added to that community. We're actually thinking about, this is just an idea that we throw it around, is maybe asking some of the people that live here that if we can uproot them, take their homes, put them on Dunlap, and they can be the founders of that community and bring what we have here there. I know me personally, I'm going to have a home in Emory Woods if it goes. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And so it's something, I know what he's saying, but if I could give you that feel, it is going to be there. It's up to us to make a community. It's up to you guys to make a community. So if you like the camaraderie that's going on here that we've had for CC, and that we've had for so many other people that have needed help here, that same spirit and that same mind frame is going to be at Emory Woods. All right. So you guys make this community for you, right? It is going, and I think because of the golf carts, people are like, hey, I don't like the golf cart. It's going to be an inconvenience taking my groceries, putting it in a golf cart, riding up to my house and getting out of the golf cart. I'm going to tell you what that's going to bring. It's going to bring a sense of community with the golf carts. When you have an open golf cart, you're going to talk to your neighbors more. You're going to see your neighbors more. It's actually going to be quieter. You're not going to hear cars. You're not going to hear the rumble of gravel. You're just going to hear, really hear nothing. It's an electric golf cart. So I think it's going to enhance the community feel. I think it's really going to be there. So, and we're offering such a great deal. You just have to buy the house. You don't even have to have any, there's no lot cost or lot deposit of any, and we're giving you the lot really for it's free. So any lot that you think you're going to have on a golf course, it's not functional, but it looks like a golf course, water, power, and sewer, I don't think you can get a lot anywhere in the country for less than $30,000, and that's super cheap. I know if you go up in the Northeast or if you go out west, you're paying $100,000 or more for a lot. So we're giving you a $30,000 for that lease, giving it to you for the first 50 people. All right, I'm going to stop. I know I've talked about this already. You already know what's going on. Thank you for watching, and good luck with all this information. And hopefully this is something that tickles your fancy.